Yes, Jackie, not too much happening here at Wembley at the moment, but trust me, believe me, in 24 hours' time, it's going to be heaving outside of Wembley here as both England and Italy have put together their final bits of preparations ahead of their Euro 2020 final clash here tomorrow evening. And we can show you some pictures now of England having their final training session ahead of tomorrow's game, tomorrow's game is their first final in a major tournament for 55 years, and we all know what happened on that occasion. But it's very easy to forget that many people have labelled this Italian side as the one team at this championships that actually have been better than the English. They left London on Tuesday after winning their semi-final game against Spain to fly back to Florence. They are back in London and have had their final training session over in North London ahead of tomorrow's game. And it's an Italian side that, let's not forget, didn't even qualify for the last major tournament. The World Cup in Russia 3 years ago did not have Italy, but in that 3 years, to get from not qualifying for a major tournament to now getting to a final really shows the work that's gone into play in the Italian FA. And if England really want to get this trophy over the line tomorrow, Southgate and his men, they're going to be tested to a level they've not been tested at yet at these championships. And we began the championships with the Italian tenor singer Andrea Bocelli opening this tournament. Southgate and his men will be hoping it's the English supporters tomorrow who'll be singing a little bit of Atomic Kitten to close it.
Jordan, thanks very much. Now, ministers are considering plans to allow NHS staff in England to be exempt from self-isolation if they've been fully vaccinated, as COVID cases across the country continue to soar, reaching levels last seen in the winter. Across the UK, another 32,000 new cases have been recorded in the last 24 hours, while 34 deaths have been reported. Police have warned England fans not to gather in large numbers in the capital for tomorrow's match. Here's Anya Pop.
A tale of two cities. In Tokyo, the host of the delayed Olympic Games, a state of emergency and ban on spectators has been declared in response to rising COVID case numbers there. Today, a protest against the Games going ahead in a fortnight. Hardly what the Japanese had in mind when they won the bid 8 years ago. In London, as the other delayed international competition reaches its climax, a very different approach to COVID safety. As many as 64,000 fans will be in Wembley Stadium tomorrow for the Euro 2020 final. All while the UK faces the highest number of cases since the dark days of January. The Academy of Medical Royal College is warning today that there is little doubt that things will get worse before they get better. Yesterday, Number 10 suggested that NHS staff could be made exempt from self-isolation if they are pinged by the COVID app in order to help workforce levels.
The NHS staff should be exempt from the need to isolate. Just at the point when you need large numbers of staff, we're finding that significant numbers are self-isolating. So it is a real problem. One trust told me that they'd had 500 members of staff off this week due to COVID self-isolation.
So far, vaccinations seem to be stopping that increase in cases from translating into deaths, but recent figures show a reduction in take-up of first jabs. Reports today suggest the government is considering bringing in mandatory negative tests or vaccine certificates in the autumn for those wanting to enter bars, restaurants or nightclubs in the hope that it will boost jab rates in the young. The impact of the inevitable coming together tomorrow to celebrate or commiserate England's footballing efforts is not yet known. But as the case rates rise, so too do the nervous warnings from scientists and NHS bosses over the expected lifting of restrictions a week on Monday.